Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. As 2015 comes to an end, we reached out to India's third largest lender of home loans to get an insight into just how bad the year has been for the property market, or how good, as well as the trends for 2016. Here's a conversation I recorded earlier in the week.
See, as a lender, the way we look at it, it has been a good year for us because we have grown steadily on our home loan book at a very robust rate. However, as I make this statement, the growth has more come from the outreach markets or tier 2 market. But at overall level, the growth has been good. It could have been better.
Okay, can you just tell us a little more, because you'll have actually hard facts in the form of new home loan disbursements, etc. Which are the cities that have done better? Like, for example, you said the smaller cities have done better. Can you highlight that with examples?
So if I look at smaller cities, before even I get into smaller city, one of the things I have been talking about when people say, are you growing still in Mumbai and Delhi? And my statement has been, going forward, never say Mumbai and Delhi, say it as MMR and NCR, because what is really happening even in a city like in Mumbai, our growth is primarily coming from the outreach market, which is the larger part from the Kalyan, the Virars of the world. So that is where largely we see growth. In addition to that, we have seen growth coming back in Hyderabad market. Bangalore has been reasonably stable, and some of the smaller markets where we were actually less present, so we have been able to take the market growth for us.
Okay, and going forward, what would your predictions for 2016 be? Would you believe that it is still the suburbs of the cities like Mumbai and Delhi that will continue to do well, or a Bengaluru or a Hyderabad? Is that where your focus is going to be? Are those going to be the growth drivers in 2016 as well?
See, in terms of overall business, the larger city will still continue to remain important to us, because in terms of the overall volume, they do contribute major share. But if you look at in terms of our growth in cities, smaller towns, we are growing quite robustly. You look at cities like Nasik, the Pune as a market has been doing well for us. So the focus for us is to grow more deep penetration, go to smaller towns and get more business there, because those are the markets where the market is still more fragmented and we can get more business there.
Mr. Saha, the other thing I want to ask you is, and you will have data to support all of these theories. Which are the price brackets that have done well in 2015?
See, if I look at an overall level, as long as, there is a price bracket is a very relative term. So in every city, it defines it a little differently. So if you look at in a city like MMR kind of market, anything which is below 75 lakhs or anything which is below 1 crore still does very well. However, if you look at in a city like Hyderabad, anything below maybe 50 lakhs or 40-45 lakhs does very well. So those are the places where we see there is customer, and at that right price there are always customers to actually take the loan. At the same time, if you look at what we have seen, that even in the same city, even in the same micro market, there are possibly some developers who have come up at a right price point, have then done outstandingly well compared to somebody else who's still stuck with possibly a different price bracket. So I guess the price is more relative to the location, and cities like Mumbai will be anything below 75 lakhs. In the MMR region, 1 crore still does well, and down south will be anything below 50-60 lakhs. Yeah, so I was saying anything below 50-60 lakhs continues to do well, because that's where we see there is a demand for customers to buy. And in some markets, customers have also realized that, specifically in Hyderabad market, where people have started realizing that that's the bottom out has possibly happened, and from here the market will not correct further. So there is that optimism for people to come back and start buying properties.
And can you give us an idea whether most of the home loans have been taken for under construction properties or for properties that are actually completed? Because I ask you this because there is now in the market a huge trust deficit, because builders have not been delivering projects on time. Buyers have become more skeptical.
So your point is right. There have been situations where obviously we see two kinds of customers. We see in larger markets, or there is definitely a shift for customers to shift to either very reputed developers if they are going for under construction projects or pre-launch projects. Otherwise, by and large, there is a higher bias to customers to move to properties which will be available in, let's say, next 6 months or 1 year. So to that extent, the trust deficit point is there in certain category, in certain markets. We do see that. So customers believe that if I have to move in, let me get the property which is quicker.
So you are saying that the people are buying more into projects that are completed or about to be completed, or which have an occupation certificate. Are you saying that?
I'm saying properties which are near completion, so with required approvals, customer is more comfortable because he knows the end product inside.
2016 is also a year where the Reserve Bank of India has given infrastructure status to affordable housing. Did that pay off in 2015, or are we only going to see the dividends of that in 2016, 2017?
I think it's a positive move, and I'm sure this is going to drive the market, but I think it's too early. It will take some time before it starts showing up in the field.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saha, for joining us here on CNBC TV 18 and taking the time out to tell us what happened in 2015 and what we can expect in 2016.
Thank you very much. Wish you a very happy new year.
Well, we're completely out of time, so we have to wrap up this edition of Prime Property. Do remember, you can always send us your feedback, queries, or even experiences with builders that you may want to share. Our email address is primeproperty@network18online.com. You can also tweet me. See you same time next week.